segue into something to help the monarchs and also to help your garden look extraordinarily beautiful. So this is a 4-piece Monarch Essential Butterfly live plant. So these are going to come to you bare root form, which means they've been dug up already as an established plant. So they're going to take off really, really quickly. Sometimes bare roots, I think, are a little more setting you up for a little more success
100%.
Than a baby plant.
Me too.
Because the bare root is a plant that's already not a baby anymore. So you're going to get these beautiful, what we call asclepias, but these are kind of a different form, kind of a mounding, more flowers form than a lot of the asclepias out there. So basically, in a nutshell, with all of the encroachment of building neighborhoods and highways and all the things that we're doing for the infrastructure of our country, we have inadvertently destroyed a lot of the milkweed which the monarchs depend upon, which was growing just wild by the side of the road or in fields. And so there is a wild milkweed, and then there is the asclepias that you plant in your garden. And monarch butterflies, they like either one, but they only lay their eggs on this monarch plant or an asclepias plant. So if they can't find one, they're going to bypass your garden and go to somebody else's that has these plants. And then the little monarch caterpillars come out, they eat the leaves.
Yes.
And they don't kill the plant, but they eat the leaves, and then they form their cocoon, and then they become a new monarch butterfly. Monarchs were becoming an endangered species because so much of the wild milkweed was destroyed. So in the last few years, many of our customers here at QVC have realized this and have made the asclepias plants one of the most popular things that we sell.
I love that.
It's so important to have this in your garden. And other butterflies like them too.
Of course, all pollinators.
It's just that monarchs only like these.
I love to hear that you guys care about the butterflies. They were actually red listed last year as endangered. So we really need to care for our monarchs. And I mean, they are the most beautiful butterfly. And we talked about the butterfly bush a lot on our TSV when we had it. And people just love butterflies. I've got 2 little girls, and one of the most fun things that we do is watch the different kinds of wildlife we have in our garden, from the hummingbirds to hummingbird moths to monarch butterflies, swallowtails. We love them, and they love these plants. But for me to be able to see the caterpillars shows that I am doing something good, but also they're a beautiful plant. So the ones you were talking about, my dad, I was telling him before the show, he's like, what do you have in the show? I said, well, I've got this butterfly weed or milkweed. There's so many different names for it. Asclepias is the Latin. And he said, oh, when I was a kid, couple years ago. When I was a kid, these would just grow wild. When he would go to New Jersey for the beach, and they would just be growing wild along the corn fields, the tomato fields there. But we don't have that luxury anymore. So we need to form our own, what we call little backyard national parks. And in your backyard, you can be this flyover place, because butterflies they cannot fly 50 miles to get their next meal. So you're doing your part in the backyard, but also because they're a nice shrub shape. It's not going to be wild. They get to be about 24 inches tall, so it's a nice, decent plant. We had our blue boa hummingbird mint earlier, which I'll go grab. That is going to look great with this.
And so are the coneflowers.
And the coneflowers.
So let's show. I'll pull this over here.
Okay.
Let's show everybody how to plant these.
Great.
Because they are a bare root, and I don't want you to be like, oh, a bare root, it's not a plant. Yes, it is. It's a plant that's already an older teenager rather than a baby. So this was already this size. We dug it up. Now you've got the bare root, so it's ready to go. This summer. And you're going to get all of them, and they're super healthy, and there's nothing you need to do. I mean, a lot of people, like with seeds, you need to soak them in water before you plant them or something. So, and it's a lot easier to plant something this size than it is to plant something giant. So what you're going to do is just dig a hole. You're going to cover this up just right to the stem here. And here we're going to do 4 in a container, but you could do maybe 1 per 12-inch container. You could do 1 if you picked up the lavender. Do a mixed pollinator container. I love that.
And so we're just going to dig a nice deep hole and backfill it. I mean, it could not be easier to plant bare root. And as Carolyn said, one of the reasons we love shipping you bare root is because it's easier on the plant and easier on you. And I've been learning a lot about this. I'm like, well, how come monarchs only lay their eggs on Asclepias? And I found out that it's like a Mother Nature thing, because there is, when the caterpillars eat the Asclepias, they don't taste good to predators. Right, there's a little bit of a tannin in the leaves. So the predators that prey on butterflies, like wasps and things, they stay away
from Monarch's baby caterpillars because they've eaten the asclepias. So it preserves the species. So that's why when you don't plant asclepias and it's disappearing off the planet, so are the monarchs.
Yeah.
Because they know they're programmed in their brains to only lay their eggs on the asclepias because it protects their babies.
And the birds that eat them.
Yeah,
so
and birds too.
It is this whole chain.
So exactly.
Yeah.
So you're doing a big important step.
Yeah.
To plant these in your garden, and just, you know, they're beautiful. It's a bonus to you, but it's really good for the monarchs as well. And there's a great picture.
Oh. And that's what your garden will look like. You know, you'll also have swallowtail butterflies, you'll have hummingbirds, but the real essential, because the monarch has been red listed as endangered, now you are doing your part, making this little highway, a pollinator highway. So they can see the orange. The reason that they are orange, and orange is the best color of this milkweed, or this monarch essentials that we're offering, because the butterflies can see it the best from the air as they're flying over.
Oh, that's
it's almost
great
like,
too.
you know, at an airport, you've got these people just waving their cones. Come on down.
Yeah.
Come on and come over here, and we've got a snack for you.
And you know, they migrate from north to south every year, and if they're migrating,
They get hungry.
through your neck of the woods, and they know last summer that yard had asclepias, you know, they're going to come back, just like hummingbirds. So not only is this a great pollinator plant, and all the other butterflies, bumblebees, and all of them love this as well, but it's very, very important for the monarchs, and over 1,000 of these now ordered.
Yay.
This is a really important and a really good thing for you to do if you're a gardener, or if you're just starting a new garden, or you want to add something that's not just pretty to your garden. This is an important thing to have. So it's been very, very popular here at QVC, and this is a new variety that we're bringing you this year from Cottage Farms.
Yay!
I love it. And it looks really pretty with the cone
It
flowers.
does.
I love that. Okay, so very popular. Stay in the ordering process for those. Okay, so